Behold, VNR Optimus Prime from the Volvo Trucks X Transformers collaborative line or imprint. Volvo Trucks X Transformers. The safest Optimus Prime you'll ever meet. It's like when I was a kid, my parents had Volvo cars. Yeah, flamboyance isn't exactly a thing, is it? But, sturdy, reliable, Ovlov. That's what my dad used to call it, Ovlov. He thought he was being funny. Optimus Prime. So this has got a bit of an interesting checkered past. So effectively, is this meant to have originally been an Amazon collaboration? Like they were going to do an Amazon truck, and then that didn't happen. And then it kind of got abandoned, and then they released the Christmas one instead, and now we have this guy. Yeah, I mean the box is pretty cool. It's a nice mold. I've got to be honest, I quite like it. The design there for your man or for your bot. I wasn't too sure from the images. I thought it was a bit bland, a bit dull. Then I got him in hand, and I really like him. I really, really, really like him. Now, I've very kindly been lent this guy by Leon and Glyn, who have very kindly let me borrow this for the review. But I think I want it. This is going on a wish list. Right. Okay, first off, the obvious things. It's a long nose truck, isn't it? It's specifically a VNR Volvo. That's the whole point of it. It's meant to be based on a real life truck. There's only a few cars and a few vehicles they've done that with. Like they've got the license with Volkswagen for the Bumblebee, which they did during the Netflix series period. The Earthrise trailer is back. It's the Earthrise trailer right here. That stalwart of the last couple of years, though it's been slightly tweaked. We have got new, dare I say, better stickers or paint or deco of some kind here. That's way better than what they released with the original Earthrise. The undercarriage here, the wheels and everything, is now in black. That's much preferable to the same color grey. Interestingly, because of the nature of how this guy works, we've got an attachment here. So the actual point which you would attach to Earthrise truck has now got another thing on it, putting this here, which allows it to sit on like that. Whereas previously it would have sat there, but I guess that doesn't work. Inside, pretty much the same. Oh no, we've got a black door. Black door for some reason. Still. Then inside, we have got a very familiar sight. A bit of a repaint going on with this guy. But yes, all intents and purposes, it's the Earthrise trailer. Back again, but with some slight tweaks, which I think are preferable. Lol. Gun storage. Yes. And it looks really good for it. Let me be honest, I think it looks really great. It's a very simple colour scheme. Looking at the cab, let's do away with the trailer. Bye-bye, trailer. Over here you go. Cab's pretty simple. You got the blue and the red on that truck. The Optimus truck is blue and red. Surprised moi? No. We have got some black here for this part. I really like the engineering on this. I really like the transformation, how they've managed to fit everything in. I mean, it's not 100% kibble free, but my God, it's pretty good going. Look, there you go. Look what they've done. I saw that and I absolutely squealed. I thought that was brilliant. Fits in there so good with this. There's so many instances with these long nose trucks in recent years, like Transformers Prime or the Studio Series Optimus Primes. All the truck business is in the arms. Well, no, apparently not. It's all on the legs, which also is a bit like the last night Premier Edition Optimus. They did that. Some of the nose and what have you went onto the legs, but the difference with that was the top of the cab was a massive bit of back kibble, which just looked weird. In this, the kibble on the back are the wheels. And if I'm honest with you, from the front, it's not a problem. The way it looks, it's not a problem at all. I mean, from the back, it's not great. But I like it. The way I would have this, you wouldn't really see the back that much. And I just kind of think, they've done this so much neater and tidier than a lot of Studio Series releases lately. Like Galvatron, for example. The back of that Age of Extinction Galvatron, this area It's a mess, a big gappy mess. This is really clever, obviously because it's all one piece, so you can't not have it to a degree as a bit of kibble, but it works, and I think it's such a good solution. Such a great solution. Reminds me a bit with the colours of the Transformers Prime Optimus, and with the nose and just the sheer simplicity of the colours. But it's real life, isn't it? Quick comparison for size, and fittingly, we'll stick that back in here. We're going to include the aforementioned Earthrise trailer. Now, I will say, given the fact that I was just gushing about the deco on this guy's toy hacked. This is probably quite apparent in many ways. So, excuse if he looks a bit different or a little less meh than your usual Earthrise paint jobs. It's because he's toy hacked. But yes, it just looks really good for scale. Nice kind of size comparison there. Liking it. Take these off, and as I said just now, we've got that difference in the rigs. See, that's where they normally peg on. Well, now it's coming in here, and just that, the black on the bottom versus that grey meh-ness. Also, this is a lot more poppier than even the toy hack stuff. It'd be nice if it had been blue, but then again, I suppose this is meant to be a real life truck, isn't it, as opposed to the cartoon accuracy. So black, I guess, makes sense. But yeah, I think he's rather natty. I like him. Right, so first things first, going to do away with you. We don't need you. You can come over here. Okay, so let's have a look at you. I'm just going to quickly blat through what we can. You do that. These come away here and here. And that's clear. So now that here can come down. If I can just get my finger in there and give it. There we go. Marvelous. We're going to flip you over that way. Great stuff. Pull arms out. Next we're here. We're just going to pull this apart. 1, 2. I did find this a joy to transform. Found myself thinking about it quite a bit for a while, but at certain points, but I really enjoyed playing with this guy. Right, I'm going to come back to here now, put that in place. Going to pop these feeties out. Thank you. And I overshot a bit. Do the flip them out. Round you come. Come on. Yeah, there we go. 1, 2. Next, let's give this guy some shins. There we go. And same again. Rotate that over. And tip that. And oh, mind your toes. Get your toes out of the way, mate. Slot it into place. Okay, you need a bit of space to do this. Bend the knees back. That comes back over. You want to angle that a bit. That comes back over. Angle that a bit. The reason you're doing that is because there's a little tab in there which is going to slot in here. So you want to line it up a bit before you do it. Make sure it's lined and just tuck it in. Tuck it in, tuck it in. Come round, in you go, please. Thank you. Aha, there we go, legs. Okay, crotch. Oh, a bit early. Sides here, fold them. 1, 2. Marvelous. Fold that up like so. So we can rotate the legs down to there. Now, he is standing. Look at that. I haven't even got to the cab back, but you're the back of the cab. Yep. Right, okay, so next, these come down. 1, 2. Gonna pop that back in to hold that in place. Clip, clip. Rotate the arms, and we are very, very close to finishing. Next up, give this a slight tip. Doesn't go all the way, just a slight tip. And then that comes down, and that kind of concertinas in. You see there's a, I'm not sure you can see it. So there's this slot in there it goes into. Just push that into there. There we go. That will concertinas up. That comes down. Turn him around. And give him a head wiggle. Very nice. We have just got hands to go. Do you see what I mean about the wheels on the shoulders? I like that. I like that look. Don't really notice these so much because of it. Okay. Take that out. Get him some hands. You notice those ball joints. Then we do this one. Other hand. Close him up. And ta-da! There you have the VNR Volvo Trucks Optimus Prime. Look at all that colour. Look at all that yellow. That was all hidden. All that yellow was completely hidden inside that plain red and blue truck. I mean, what looked plain and very simplistic, once you transformed him, there's all these extra sparks of colour here. And the yellows all along here. I love the head. The head is very nice and bright, and I like the bright blue eyes, and I like the silver, which it's definitely an upgrade on Earthrise. Don't get me wrong, I'm going to be comparing this to Earthrise. Earthrise is kind of where mainline Optimus is concerned, is the go-to at the moment, isn't it? At the moment, that's the guy these all things are compared to. But this guy's, yeah, I really like him. He's a bit skinny for an Optimus, I think. Like, he's a bit long and a bit skinny. I really like him. Let's have a look at his legs. So, yes, there you go. That's where all of that truck, that front nose kibble and cab is on the legs there with his bell bottoms. He's got big old bell bottoms. But he still looks agile with it. He still looks like he could move. I mean, it's yeah. I mean, originally when I saw the photos, I was worried about this bit. More than I even registered or worried about this bit. But it doesn't bother me. Doesn't bother me like I thought it would. I just really like the colour. He's got great articulation. You can get yourself 360 on the shoulders. You might get a bit of a catch with that way, but no, generally you do quite great. Legs have got a lot going on, which is always good. You can go either way. The only get a full right angle there, which is because of these big old bell bottoms. You got a little bit of ankle tilt here, which is nice. But really, I mean, he can do quite a lot. Got a waist rotation there. Head's probably the most limited thing, actually. Here, yeah, I just think he's really pretty. And I think he looks really agile, and he looks really ready for action. But yeah, I'm really fond of this. And I originally I was going to go for the Christmas one. I was going to look at that. But and I was a bit like, oh, this is a bit boring. I definitely want one of this mold. And I love the colours on this. And the novelty of the Christmas one would be great. Incidentally, if you are looking for the difference, this is what, a leader price? Amazon Australia, it's sitting in at what is a current low leader price of just over $100, which you can't shake a stick at the moment at all. To get a lead, because yes, it's a Voyager-sized figure, but it's done as a leader class because of the trailer and everything. As Earthrise was a leader, even though it was a Voyager-sized cab. But I think he looks great. I think he's definitely a well-worthy addition. You know, those colours, what do they remind me of? I know what they remind me of. They remind me of classics. That's what they remind me of. Look at that. It's just that yellow. It's the yellow popping. Look at that. Yeah, that's definitely it. And again, another solution for cab fronts. To be honest, I think this looks better than that. Definitely got a comparison in colour work there with classics, which is very cool. And also swap out for another comparison, another more obvious one given what we were doing just now. Here he is with Earthrise. I mean, yeah, this is kind of like the default, isn't it? Again, he's been toy hacked, just to bear in mind. This is definitely kind of the default Optimus Prime figure of the now, isn't it? What have they got in common? They've got very similar. Well, the top half of the legs, not in design. It's completely remolded gone on here. There's a new molding all around and what have you, but the fundamentals are there. How this area works, articulation, exactly the same here. Ankle tilted, exactly the same here. Arms, exactly the same here. Though he transforms by putting the hands out there. He transforms by these coming up, which from memory might be a bit like how Legacy G2 Optimus works. They both have matrices of leadership. This guy has one here. Obviously, the one for Earthrise is stored in here. I prefer the paint on this one to Earthrise. It just pops a whole lot more. See, the Earthrise matrix just looks kind of dull, particularly because I suppose it's a translucent crystal or a translucent piece of plastic. That's why. Whereas this one is painted, but there's so much more life to it. Matrix chamber isn't as good, though it's definitely similar if you look at the translucence, but if you can see the molding and how it looks, it's very similar to the molding in here, but they've just kind of stuck that piece of translucence inside the windows. Incidentally, when he's in vehicle mode, this is hidden inside here, and can we pop you down again? You're not going to come down nice and friendly. Don't know. But I'm trying to remember whether you see it in vehicle mode out the back of the cab. So, as previously mentioned, he has got his Matrix of Leadership. He has got the Earthrise gun. Still seeing themes here. Yes, it still does that. Folds if you want it for storage, though I quite like where they positioned it. Lol. It's the Earthrise cannon, isn't it? No real change going on there. Hasn't got a random bit of grey painted here or anything. It is what it is. We know it so well. We've known it so well for the last 4-5 years now. Quick touching on kibble. As I mentioned before, the comparison with the legs here and the wheels here, I don't find that invasive. It's not like a massive thing sat on his back that's in the way. It's there, but I can easily ignore it, which is lovely. Prefer if the wheels here are a bit more obscured, but these I think are really cool. I'm really cool with these. And, you know, far preferable to say what we've got here with the Premier Edition Voyager Optimus. You look at all this here, and this big old beast with doors poking out the sides. This just looks nicer, tidier, tighter. You know, if they're actually going to do a Studio Series edition of this guy, they really could do with some lessons from this guy. Like things they've done that worked, I reckon they could apply to this. It would be cool. Why not? Right, in summary, I say buy him, particularly at the prices. Even here in New Zealand, which is, you know, prices can be a premium once things get here. For the prices I'm seeing at the moment where he's just over the ditch, in places like Amazon, if he comes, he's not really going to make it to the stores here, I reckon. You're going to have to buy abroad, possibly, sadly. But still, the prices aren't ridiculous. They're like a low leader price for what we've got at the moment, and it's a leader class figure. The colours are great. The colours pop. That yellow, the blue of the eyes. It's a dark blue on the hands and the body and the shins, which is like the toys, in my opinion. The blue of the eyes are like the cartoon. He's got all of the articulation that Earthrise has got, but it's a different look, it's a different design, it's an intuitive transformation that's fun. Granted, he's just covered in Earthrise accessories. That's a bit lazy, but I like the choices of colours. We're swapping out the meh grey for the black. There's going to be a toy hacks if you really want the trailer to not look so naked. But I'm going to get one. I'm going to get one of this mold. Whether I get this or the holiday, I don't know. But I would love to have both of them. And this guy, he just looks like a really good Optimus design. Bit skinny in places, but I think he's brilliant. I really think he's brilliant. And for the price, definitely. Right, okay, I'm going to stop rambling. Have a great day. Lovely to speak to you again. Gonna do it again very soon, I promise. Keep smiling.